So I do find this very hypocritical, and what it is, I went to Don Cheadle's Twitter account recently when he tried to defend Brie Larson, and he was tweeting about environmental issues, and this is very similar to Jennifer Lawrence. So Jennifer Lawrence was in the movie Mother, which is based on, or related to, the concept of Mother Earth, and she made some interviews warning people about environmental issues, yet she flies around in private jets. And actually, when I thought of it today, Don Cheadle and Mark Ruffalo, he's also tweeted about environmental issues, they're actually worse than Jennifer Lawrence, and the reason is they've made these movies, in this case Avengers Endgame, which is like the core product, and I would imagine that making a movie must use a huge amount of energy and also flying around promoting it, but that's like the core product. But on top of the core product, Marvel is also releasing these toys. So you have Don Cheadle's character War Machine, he has his own Lego toy. Marvel could even make $1 billion profit from the ticket sales and the future digital downloads and DVD sales of the core product. On top of that, they're also going to make a lot of money out of these toys. So Don Cheadle's character, he has his own Lego and he has 2 Funko Pop toys. So all this uses a massive amount of energy that's not core to the actual product of Avengers Endgame, yet Don Cheadle is on Twitter trying to promote environmental issues. It's just a massive amount of hypocrisy. So Don Cheadle and Mark Ruffalo, or the next generation, they should actually go to Marvel and say, yes, I will work for you, I will be an actor in your movies, but because I'm concerned about environmental issues, I don't want you to make toys based on my character, because it's not core to the business of Marvel. If they're actually really interested in environmental issues, they should back it up with action. And also, I might be wrong, I might be stereotyping, but you'd expect Don Cheadle to live in quite a large house and also maybe have a number of cars. So people like Don Cheadle and Mark Ruffalo, they're probably in the top few percentile of most pollutant people in the world. They have large houses that use a lot of energy, they have a number of cars. Now cars, the manufacturing process of making cars uses massive amounts of energy, that let alone fueling them to move them around. So there's energy there. Their careers making movies, that must use a massive amount of energy. And on top of that, they're then part of these toys that aren't core to the business model of Marvel. It's so frustrating and hypocritical, and I don't really understand how these actors have got the gall to go on Twitter and try to promote environmental issues when they're involved in burning massive amounts of oil and turning it into plastic and cardboard that's not actually core to the business model or the revenue of Marvel. Marvel can still operate, they can still make a hugely successful and profitable business for their shareholders without having to sell plastic toys wrapped up in cardboard and flown around the world in shipping containers and stored in warehouses and toy stores. Yet Don Cheadle will tweet about environmental issues. It's just pure hypocrisy. So in the future, I would not be surprised if we actually have actors who are more conscious and actually believe and support these concepts instead of just tweeting about them. They follow the words with actions. They actually turn around to Marvel and companies like Marvel and say, yes, I will be in your movie, but I don't want you to make plastic toys out of me because I actually believe in these environmental issues and I want to be part of the solution. And now you might disagree, but for me, this is just complete hypocrisy. I'm sure that Mark Ruffalo, he's made enough money for him to have a comfortable life without appearing in future movies. And again, movies must use a massive amount of pollution or wanting his characters turned into toys. So if these actors actually fully believe in the environment, they should back it up with action. And very similar to Jennifer Lawrence, if she wants to talk about the environmental issues, then she should stop flying around in private jet, or she should stop living in huge New York apartments which must use massive amounts of energy just for a small number of people to live in. And I don't want to be too personal about their private lives, but what they're really doing, they're putting out these tweets and it's wrapped up in this level of hypocrisy. So they're not actually helping, they could actually be making it worse, because their fans may see this, they see this environmental topic debate, but then they see it's from Mark Ruffalo and they think, well, Mark Ruffalo, he actually uses a massive amount of energy, so I'm not going to take any action or provide any solutions. I'm just going to leave it to the next person. I'm going to leave it to someone else to provide these environmental solutions. And that's what Mark Ruffalo is essentially doing. And also Don Cheadle, they're not providing any environmental solutions, they're just looking for someone else to do it. It's like, there's a problem, I'm not going to provide the solutions, I want you to go and fix it for me. It's this real mistake and this real hypocrisy that they tweet about the environment, yet they have these plastic toys made about them. So why should we believe these people? Why should we believe what Don Cheadle says about the environment when he has 2 Funko Pops? He could go to Marvel and say, I'm concerned about the environment, so I only want you to make 1 Funko Pop. But instead there's 2. So that there must be more energy used in designing and manufacturing 2 styles of Funko Pops than 1. Yet over here, here's Don Cheadle tweeting about the environment. It's just so hypocritical. If you disagree, if you have any views on this, please leave your comments below. But it's almost ridiculous. Don Cheadle, I don't know what you're trying to achieve. You're just making yourself look like a right hypocrite. That's my opinion. Again, if you disagree, leave your comments below and also like and subscribe.